Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the strange title of this video. We'll get back to the normal hiking and adventure type stuff that you normally see. But I have a reading recommendation as well as a book review. I just finished this book today. It is The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. He's a great guy. You can find him on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel in which he's basically a scholar of the Stoic philosophy. He knows a lot about, ancient Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, all those kind of historical figures. And you can, on the regular videos, they're almost like hike videos / vlog videos where he's out doing different things, and all while discussing and talking about Stoic philosophy, as well as there's a podcast as well. I believe it's called the Daily Stoic Podcast, in which he interviews, actors, writers, politicians, sports players, anything like that, anybody who is, successful and is also interested in Stoicism. So I'd recommend checking out the channel. It's very interesting, very insightful. I enjoy watching it. And he's also an author, and he's written several books, and this is the first one of his books that I've read, The Obstacle is the Way. And this is a really nice, smooth read. I thoroughly enjoyed reading this book, and basically to summarize what at least the title of it means, is what he gets into in this book is basically how, rather than trying to avoid an obstacle or just getting really frustrated and angry and mad about it, it's basically about how, as annoying or unpleasant as it is, the actions in which you take to resolve an obstacle ultimately sort of form its own new pathway into, sort of like what you do to overcome an obstacle ends up becoming a new pathway that will eventually sort of even itself out and become, a newer, better operating system for the next chapter of your life, rather than delaying the process and just getting overly frustrated about any obstacle that comes your way. That's kind of a clunky explanation of it, I guess, if that makes any sense to you. But I thought it was a really good book. What it does is it takes all of these historical people and moments throughout history and talks about these different situations that they found themselves in, and these different obstacles that they had to overcome, and explains sort of the mindset and the philosophy and the actions that they took in order to overcome the obstacles, and in order to think about it in such a way that sorry, the dogs are barking there. In order to think about it in a way that helped them overcome the obstacle. And all the while, because the Stoicism originated in ancient Rome, all the while he manages to keep reintroducing the ancient Roman Stoic philosophy into some of these more modern historical events. And I really don't have many negative criticisms to put on this book. It's a great read. I highly recommend reading it. The only thing I'll say is I ordered this off Amazon, and I didn't realize that this is the expanded 10th anniversary edition. It's basically a redo of the original. And Stoicism is a timeless philosophy, and all of the stuff that Ryan talks about and writes about is very timeless. And in this newer edition, he basically redid it to add some more current events into the book, which makes sense. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or that he should not have done that or that it's, you know, not a good thing to have done, but I think that the information, from what I get, it's pretty clear to tell what was added into the book, because a lot of the things are like happened very recently, and so you know that this was added into the book. I think the redo, from what I read at the beginning of the book here, the redo was done just last year, 2024, so you can clearly tell some of the more very current events that were added into the book. And that's cool. I get the concept, and it iterates it for you know, a more modern way of looking at it, but the information that was in the previous text that came out 10 years ago is still timeless, and you can still easily apply those lessons to anything happening now. So I don't necessarily think it was needed to add any newer current events into it or even redo the book. I didn't even realize that when I bought it. I noticed that when it came in the mail. But anyway, I won't talk too much longer about this. We'll get back into a normal Exploring Worlds hike type adventure video now, but definitely check out the book, The Obstacle is the Way. It's a great read.